Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, here we are, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, and Friday comes so fast. It seems like we go from one Friday to the other. But here we are, another Friday here, and we're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate. And we're here. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. This is a show where we get together each week, as you already know, and we get together and have a little fun conversation and talk and all kinds of great activities going along with it, because the weekend is coming up and we want to get set for that right away. But before we get that into in session, we've got to get this show out of the way right now. I'm so glad to have you aboard with us. We're going to be here for a whole full hour. And in that hour, we've got a lot of things to talk about. And we want you involved in the conversation as well, because we want you to be part of this show, right? And you're the reason why this show is on the air, because we like to do it live as we do it all together. And with that being said, we want you to sit back, relax, have coffee, tea, or whatever you're having. If you're at work right now and you happen to be on that coffee break, well, we want you to take time, stay on your coffee break, but stay at your computer. You may get that 15 or 20 minutes allotted to your coffee break, and you can take that at your computer. And then when it's all over, you'll still be at your computers like you never moved, and you could watch the show and multitask at the same time. Okay, so that's how it goes. And we're going to be here, as I said, for a whole full hour. And we're looking forward to all of you coming in. And for those of you who have been around with us a long time, you already know the score. So I'm going to talk to the people who may be possibly new to this show and may be here for the very first time. As the host of the show, I get things started the way I'm doing right now. And this is what we call preparation. It's the prep time, right? And while we're doing that, you could take time right now at any time you want to join in and get into conversation by using your keyboard on your computer, your cell phone, or even your tablet. Type out whatever you want to say. I will see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will acknowledge it. You know why? Because it's free exchange of opinions and ideas. You have a lot of them, and we want to talk about them, and we want to hear about them. Now, when you come in, you'll get a chance to see everyone, not just me, but everyone here who are coming into the room, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, which, by the way, those are our three platforms. That's what we broadcast on. And so either one of those three platforms will get you out there and get you rolling with us. Okay. And so there you go. You have all of that going on with the three platforms, what we have for you, and a lot more. Now, those of you who are watching us on Facebook for the very first time, and of course, you guys who are new, have been here for a long time, you already know the score. We want you to tag this show to your friends, right? Take the time out, and you may have a lot of friends, maybe too many to tag them all, but you could tag a few this week, and then next week it's more, and then so forth and so on. But we want you to tag as many as you like. And when they see that tag coming from you, they'll know it's from you, and they'll click onto it, and that brings them directly to us right here on Facebook. And of course, you could tell your friends and families to do the same thing and let them in on the action. If they like what they see, if they like what they hear, they'll be back again and again. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. If you're there right now, take the time right now to subscribe to us, right? Take your mouse, drag it over that arrow, point it right there where it says subscribe. It's bordered in black and white lettering. And all you have to do is just click onto it. There's no financial situations involved in this one. It's all free. That's all we want you to do, is just click onto it and be a member, because when you do that, that helps us out a lot. It gives us a chance to know how many people are out there watching and how long they've been watching. Okay. And because we want to build our viewership up as much as possible. So you might want to tell a friend and a family member to do the same thing as well. Now, for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do anything at all, but just keep the word going. All right. For all of you guys who are working on Facebook, Okay, you know what to do with that. Instagram and YouTube. Now, you guys, you can do the same thing that the people on Facebook do. You can tag your friends. Now, this is how you do it. All you have to do is cut and paste the platform that you're on right now and just send it to them. Just as easy as that. That's another way of tagging your friends, and they'll get that message from you, and then we'll click on and it'll bring them right to us wherever you're watching. Okay, and that's all it takes. So come on in and enjoy the fun. We're going to have a lot of fun together. We're going to have coffee. We're going to have tea. We're going to have donuts and bagels, the whole 9 yards, what they do. All right. And talk about anything under the sun. If there's anything in particular that you may want to talk about, feel free. Feel free, because we try to incorporate it into the program, whatever it is. It may be an interest to other people, and we would like them to know about it as well. I want to say good morning to Warren Dassler coming out of there. He's bright and early and bushy-tailed today. He's bright and early out there, and he's out from North Carolina. To be more blunt, it's Greensboro, North Carolina, and he's got cloudy skies. It's cloudy out there right now, going to 60 degrees today. Temperatures are climbing high. They're climbing highs. It's warm here around New York. It's at the moment it's not warm, but it's going to get warmer as the weekend wears on, and then when the beginning of the week comes along, it'll still be a little more warmer. That's not to say that you take off those jackets, you know, and jump into a swimsuit. It's not that warm yet. But the temperatures are getting up there, and I guess it's safe to say that we're finished with the real deep cold weather. Okay, I guess it's safe to say that at this particular time, because here we are in March. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So what do you say we lift our cups, do as usual, lift them high in the air, and because what would the Coffee Hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me, guys, while I shoot up. Oh boy. Yes, indeed. That's what it is. Yeah, it's just coffee. The other stuff is for later, and I'll have a little more later on. So glad to have you aboard with us for this day, and we've got a lot of things coming along that we do in conjunction with talking to you. We have our own little thing that we implement in the program. For instance, we have sports coming up, and that sports update. And that's always done by Brian Camp, who comes out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Brian has the day off today, so we're going to cover everything for him. He sent us some information, so we're going to cover all of that. And that's coming up pretty soon in the show. Usually he comes on and we have a screen that you could see him on, and he has questions that that if you have questions or anything to answer, you know, he would be the guy to do it with. But he's not going to be here today, so we're going to take care of all of that. Also, later on in the program, we have those movies. Okay, I do my research each week with that, because the weekend is coming up just before you know it. It's right around the corner. When you get up at 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, your weekend will be underway, and then you can do everything you want. And one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some old movies, because sometimes, in a lot of cases, people who work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, only get the weekends off. That's all they have to themselves, and they want to use it the way they want to use it. And one of the ways they may want to use it is catch up on some movies. Now, I know that you are really resourceful. You know how to catch movies, but I have my picks of the week that I take directly from Turner Classic Movies, because I love those classics, and I just want you to get a hold of them as well, so you can add it to your bucket list on what to watch this week. So that's what we got going for you, and please feel free to chime in anytime you like when you want to talk about it. Now, if you're going to chime in a conversation, we would love for you to do me a favor, okay? My favor is all I always ask. It's not mandatory, but I always, like to do that, is to compare notes as far as our weather is concerned, my weather with your weather, and give us a small little tidbit of what your weather is like. It doesn't have to be full blown. It could be just like what Warren did. He just said it's cloudy. It's going up to 60 degrees today. All right. So hopefully there's no rain in the forecast, just clouds in the sky. New York, we've got clouds, but the sun is going to come out a little later. But those of you who are watching from New York, if you're watching from New York, don't worry about that. I will take care of the local weather for New York City and in the vicinity of all of that. And for those of you, the rest of you who are from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, in different cities, you don't have to do that. Just give me your weather forecast and see what we got, and so we can compare notes. So that's what we have going today. So here we are, the month of March, and it's safe to say that it's the 14th. It's safe to say we're in the middle of it all. We're halfway down the line of March. You notice how these months go by so quick? And when the months go by so quick, first of all, well, if you want to start from the bottom, you start from time. Time goes by quick. I mean, a second goes like that. Then you got a minute. Then you got a hour, and then you got days, and you got weeks, you got months, you got years. They go so fast. But we're not going to move that quickly, because all we're talking about is one little thing, and we're talking about one little month that we're into right now. And before you know it, it'll be all over. March Madness, by the way, is coming up. If you guys indulge in sports, all of that information is coming up. And a lot of people are gearing up for the basketball games and all of those other fabulous things that they do on March Madness. It's going to be a crazy time. So we look forward to that. And the baseball season is coming on the way. As a matter of fact, they're in spring training now. If you watch some of the spring training games, whatever your team plays, I'm not a spring training baseball viewer myself, but I just wait around for the big games. But Yankees, go. You disappointed me last year. You almost had it in the bag, and then they snatched it from you. And let's not make those same mistakes that we did last year. Let's concentrate on it. And we lost our ace guy. We'll tell you about that. Our ace pitcher. We didn't lose him, but he's undergoing surgery. We'll tell you more about that later in sports. That's all coming up right here in the wonderful world of sports, right here on the Coffee Hour. Okay, so, and speaking of March, we still celebrate things in March too, right? And this month, this whole month of March, we're celebrating Irish American Heritage Month. And all of my friends from Ireland and people who are not born in Ireland but just happen to be Irish descent, this is your month, and you're going to be celebrating this. And along with all of that, this coming Monday, we've got St. Patrick's Day. So it's going to be a great event in New York City. They're going to have the big parade coming along, and people are going to be dressed in green and all of those fabulous clothes that they're going to be wearing on the floats and all of that. And then we're going to have a little corned beef and cabbage, which is one of the great nutritious things that the Irish always, it's a tradition for that. That food is tradition. Cabbage, corned beef and cabbage. It's not a bad combination, right? And so all of that is coming up. And green beer. You got white green beer. I never had green beer. I never thought about it. And I don't know if I want to try it, because I don't know if I want to die in my body. But people do it, and it's all a celebration. Okay, so that's what we have. It's Irish American Heritage Month. So if you have any form of knowledge about what's happening on St. Patrick's Day or all through the month of March as we celebrate Irish American Heritage Month, if you know any festivities other than the parade that you want to talk to us about, let us know. Share it with us, because we want to celebrate too. All right. We want to go out in our green and our hats, all of those things. And our buttons that says, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." All of those things we're going to be celebrating. So if you have any activities that you know in the community, anywhere around, let us know so we can share it with others here on the show, right here on the Coffee Hour. And this month too, another celebration. You can't forget this one. This is called National Women's History Month. Now, of course, you already know that there are a lot of women out there who have done great things for the country, whether they have notoriety or not. A lot of things have been happening, and you may not be the famous person in the world, but maybe you have done something outstanding, or maybe you know someone or some woman that's done something outstanding in the community, and you'd like to tell us about it, we would like to hear it. We would like to acknowledge it, because you don't have to be famous. You don't have to have notoriety to be acknowledged, because I put the people on notoriety and the back burner when it comes to people who are just ordinary. And we like to show them as well that they are just as important as people with notoriety when they do things. All right. You have a lot of women that have great entrepreneurship and done great things. And you can talk about all of that. You can throw out some names and we'll read them off, whether they're names of notoriety or people that throw them out. I'll read them off right here. All you have to do is just stroke the keyboards and let me know about it. National Red Cross Month is here too, and that's something that over the years have been supported by the public. It saved a lot of lives. It's been around longer than dirt, and people have depended on the Red Cross, and so people donate to them financially. People volunteer. They do all kinds of things. So if you want to know any more about Red Cross and National Red Cross Month, just go online, Google it, and you get more education about it, right? All I can do is just tell you about it. That's what we're handling this week or this whole month of March, National Red Cross Month. So that's what we got going. We want to also have a few awareness things that we want to talk about. Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month is on tap here as well. And we're going to be talking about this all month long in the month of March. So you continue to know about all of these things, all right? Endometriosis, which is something that affects women mostly, and there's an awareness for that as well all month long. And multiple sclerosis awareness month. So we got all of those things that we should be aware of, all right? And so there you go. So that's cerebral palsy, endometriosis, and sclerosis, multiple sclerosis. And we keep all of that away. And if you happen to come under one of those umbrellas, why don't you be an advocate and help someone that knows, that may not know about it, but have developed it, and, kind of be a guardrail for them, or someone that they can lean on, and someone with knowledge about it, and you can talk about it. So we depend on you guys for cerebral palsy, endometriosis, and multiple sclerosis. We depend on you guys helping out along the way. You can't make this up. Warren, are you listening? You know what day this is? Are you listening, Warren? It's National Potato Chip Day. Okay? And I can imagine Warren right now with his potato chips and his dips, watching the football games or the baseball games or whatever it is. Anyway, that's what it is today. National Potato Chip Day. Now, who discovered potato chip? According to what I have here, five of men and women combined are credited for the potato chip. Okay, so everybody wants to throw their hat in the ring about this, right? Okay, so you got 5 of men and women, 5 people, men and women, all together, were credited for the potato chip. All right, everybody wants to get in on the act, so I'm not going to even bother to go there. All I know, because I was researching, hoping to find just one person who started it. But then, something, we all do it. We all make potato chips at home. You can cut them up thin and fry them in the pan, and that's what you got. Okay, there you go. So that's what we're leaning on today. So there are unsalted potato chips for you people who don't want to indulge in salt. They have those on the market as well. And just like everything else, I'm pretty sure potato chips went up sky high, but that's what we got today. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, while I shoot up, it's the coffee hour. And we're so glad to have you aboard with us. We want you to stay aboard with us because there's so many things to talk about and so many things to do. Again, if you're going to indulge in conversation, which I hope you do, I like when you do that because this way it'll give me a chance to talk to you, and we can talk to each other as well. And if you care to do that, we really would appreciate that. And just come out here and be part of us, right? But if you're going to indulge in conversation, please give us, what kind of weather you have going, just like Warren did. And there's Mary Reed out there too. Mary, you don't have to do this because you're out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm taking care of the local weather here. But Mary, thanks for coming in to the show this morning, and you too, Warren. And for those of you who live in the vicinity of New York City, don't worry about it. I'll take care of all of the local weather there. And but for the rest of you, give us something. It doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a full-blown weather forecast. Just something simple. Just something simple. Something that could tell me whether it's sunny skies out there where you are, or I don't know. You know, you never know. You never know. Okay, we're gonna get going because I'm going to get the weather forecast for a year. And what we have in New York City are cloudy skies at the moment, but later on they say that the weather is going to improve as far as the sunshine. The sunshine is at present is breaking out right now. And it was like really cloudy out there this morning. But it's going to get it's going to get better throughout the day. And, well, we see what we got. All right. Temperatures are going to get a little bit higher as we go along. It's 45 degrees outside right now. And what we have presently is going to be cloudy skies early, as I already said, followed by partial clearing. And we'll have a high around 55 degrees. Winds will be light and variable for tonight. If you're going out, it's going to be cloudy this evening, fog developing late. We'll have a low 43 degrees. Says nothing about rain or anything like that. So I guess you can leave the gear home. And winds will be light and variable. For Saturday, my favorite day of the weekend, and I guess it's yours too, overcast skies. We'll have a high 52 degrees, winds light and variable, still no rain up until Saturday night, where we'll have showers, we'll taper off in the evening with foggy conditions overnight. We'll have below 48, winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain only 30%. And then we get better for Sunday. It's going to be cloudy with occasional showers for Sunday, and in the afternoon, and then thunderstorms will be possible. Okay, we'll have a high around 62 degrees, and winds will be south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 40%. And Sunday night, rain potential for heavy downpours. Get ready for that, heavy downpours. All right. This is only for New York City. All right. Heavy downpours for Sunday night. We'll have a low 54 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 90%. Rainfall possible over 1 inch. So that 90%, that's a big chance of rain. And the reason why I go this far, because I wanted to get to St. Patrick's Day. And it looks like it's going to rain on our parade, according to what I have here. But then again, you know something? Mother Nature has a tendency of throwing us a curveball. For Monday, it's going to be rain showers in the morning, becoming more intimate in the afternoon. All right. So we'll have a high around 57 degrees. Winds will be north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. But I could see the people who are going to be in the parade. They're going to say, oh, the hell with it. We're going out anyway. You're not going to stop us. And that's how New Yorkers are. They don't stop. They don't stop for anything. They just keep going. You know, you're not going to rain on my parade. That's what they're telling you. So the St. Patrick's Day will continue. It will go on because I've seen it happen over and over. Not actually being in the parade myself, but actually watching it on TV. If it's raining, the weather is inclement. You see people in their draped in rain gear, you know, and those plastic covers. covering their heads, covering their bodies, and they're still marching along. So that's what it's going to be like. Okay, I think that's what it's going to be like. But hey, you know something? Keep your fingers crossed because it may not happen. Now, the parade in other places may be even better. You may have a different kind of weather out there where you are. But that's our weather forecast. And repeating our current temperature, we have 45 degrees outside right now. And that's going to take care of everything for us as far as the weather is concerned. So there you go. So that's what we have going. And have a little coffee here. I just want to take another little sip of this. You don't have to drink coffee. A lot of people don't. Some people depend on tea. And they say tea is more refined than coffee. Whatever, you know, whatever you choose. Okay. 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 Usually at this time, Brian Camp is on board with us. And he's always here bringing us the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. However, he has the day off today, but he was nice enough to leave us information. That's how he is. That's how he is. He says, if I can't be there, I can't be there in person. I'm going to be there in another way. And so this is the other way that he said. So let's get to sports right now. Ex-NBA player and billionaire entrepreneur Junior Bridgman died early this week. Bridgman was 71 years old. Bridgman played 10 of his 12 seasons with the Milwaukee Bucks, serving as president of the NBA PA from 1985 to 88. Bridgman made about $2.95 million in his NBA career and never more than $350,000 in a season. After his NBA career, he built a food franchise, an empire that is peaked to a total more than 450 restaurants nationwide. He became a Coca-Cola bottling company distributor with territories across 3 states and into Canada. He bought Ebony and Jet magazine. He invested in the NBA Africa. And last September, Bridgman purchased a 10% stake in the Milwaukee Bucks. And in February, Forbes reported that Bridgman's net worth surpassed to $400.1 billion. I should have that kind of money. Okay, in 1954, Hank Aaron homers in his debut exhibition game against the Red Sox. Back in 1956, 50-year-old Satchel Paige signs a contract to player management called the Bronze. In 1967, Baltimore Colts picks ED, that's Bubba Smith, his first pick. There was a pick of Michigan State. In 1972, Cincinnati Royals, with bad attendance, moving to Kansas City. So there you go. The attendance was bad someplace else, and they got it someplace else more. Okay, 1978, NFL permanently adds 7 officials. Birthdays in 1930, Don Haskin, NCAA coach, was born in Enid, Oklahoma. In 1946, Wes Unseld, the NBA Hall of Famer and a coach. He was born in Louisville, Kentucky. In 1960, Kirby Puckett, MLL, did the MLB, that's Major League Baseball center fielder, Hall of Famer, was born in Chicago, Illinois. In 1969, Larry Johnson, NBA, was born in Tyler, Texas. In 1988, Steph Curry, NBA, was born in Akron, Ohio. In 1997, Simone Biles, an American gold medalist, was born in Columbus, Ohio. The Minnesota Vikings reached a contract agreement with the cornerback Byron Murphy Jr. on Monday, capping a busy day for the team. While the club confirmed something coming to the teams, it didn't announce details on Byron's pact. And the side settled of the 3-year, $66 million. Early Monday, former Indianapolis Colts center Ryan Kelly agreed to a 2-year, $18 million contract with the Vikings. Also, cornerback Isaiah Rodgers reportedly left the reigning Super Bowl champions Philadelphia Eagles to agree to a 2-year, $15 million contract with the Minnesota Vikings. And Rodgers' deal includes a guarantee of $8 million. Major League Baseball stadium landscape looks dramatically different in 2025 with the Tampa Bay Rays hurricane damage of Tropicana Field and Athletics en route to Vegas, temporarily moving to minor league baseball parks. And after their domes ripped off in October, the Rays will play 2025 home games in George M. Steinbrenner Field in Florida, Tampa, Florida, with the spring training facility of the rival New York Yankees. And on the West Coast, the Athletics will play the next 3 seasons in Sacramento of Sutter Health Park. That's the home of the San Francisco Giants AAA affiliate, while awaiting their stadium in Las Vegas, expecting to open in October. Well, it's not in October, it's just open in 2028, and no particular date. Okay, 4 teams entered conference tournament with the better than 12-1 odds to win the NCAA tournament. And there are 2 favorites among the 4. Auburn is currently the slight favorite over Duke to win in April in San Antonio. The Tigers won the SEC, and are .325 to win the national title at Bet. That's BET MGM. And Duke dominated a down ACC during the regular season with freshman sensation Cooper Flagg. The Blue Devils are at plus 350. And Auburn had maintained the top spot in the AP top 25 since January 13th and hasn't been below number 2 since November. And the now number 2 Tigers won 14 straight games to end the 2024 and begin 2025 being before losing their first SEC game of the season and in Florida on February 8th. And Tage Thompson scored 2 goals and left Buffalo Sabres to 3-2 win against the Edmonton Oilers on Monday night. Thompson's goal upped the team leading goal total to 33, and Alex Tush also scored to help the Sabres end the 6-game losing streak in their win. Went to 0-5-1. And Akapaka, this is how you pronounce it, Akapaka Lukanen made 32 saves. I did that very good, not knowing in the beginning how it was going to come out. 32 saves. And Evan Butchert and Daryl Nurse scored, and Leon Draisaitl had 2 assists in the Oilers, who had lost 7 of their 10. And Stuart Skinner made 19 saves. And as I said earlier, New York Yankees ace, right-hander Garrett Cole, will undergo Tommy surgery. He probably did it already. Tommy John surgery on his pitching arm. And they announced that already on Monday. And the 2023 American Cy Young Award winner will likely miss the whole entire season 2025. And I mentioned that earlier because he's our ace pitcher for the Yankees. That's Garrett Cole. And we wish him well And although he's going to miss out, we're going to work on that bullpen. We're going to dedicate all the games to him. That's it in sports, ladies and gentlemen. Thank Brian for all of that information, for giving us all the information in the wonderful world of sports on Sports Update. And if you have any questions on sports, I am not the man to ask. I mean, I can answer some of your questions, but I think I can pass all of the information on to Brian, and he'll have all that information for you a little later in the broadcast. So Brian is watching right now. So maybe if you have any questions right now, I'll just pass it along to him, and then he'll answer the questions there. Anyway, here's what we got. Here's what we got. First of all, we've got coffee. That's number one. Then I've got all of you. All of you. And I thank all of you for being with us for wherever you're watching. And I just wanted to tell you guys, I mentioned it on the show last night, and I think it's worth mentioning it again. Remember last week when I told you on Facebook that I got a threatening note, supposedly from Meta, saying that they were going to delete my Facebook fan page? Okay. I also told you that I did not pay attention to it. I ignored it because it looked kind of fishy to me. And then they gave me a final notice telling me that they were going to delete it. They came up with the conclusion that they were going to delete it within 24 hours if I didn't get back to them. I defied them again. I didn't get back to them because it was fishy. So after 24 hours, it was still there. 48 hours, it was still there. And here we are, a brand new day, a week later, and it's still up there. Now, the newest information is that now they're attacking this. If you're watching us on Facebook, you're watching on the regular Facebook that I have. So that now that's on attack. I received a note just yesterday saying that because some kind of posting that doesn't fit right with the community, we're going to have to take you down unless, of course, you click on and let us know that it wasn't you. If you have some gripe about it, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The same exact note that I got for the Facebook fan base page. The same exact note. All right. So now what I'm expecting is that after now, I'm not gonna cater to that. I'm gonna ignore that. They also left me a something to click on to, a link, which I'm not gonna do. Okay. And so now the next note I'm waiting for is that in the next 24 hours, if you don't get back to us, we are going to delete your page. And then I'm going to ignore that. And then we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that this is like someone's hacking me or something like that. But I'm not beholden to all of these hacks. I'm not going to click on to any links. And I advise you to do the same thing. If you have the same problems, ladies and gentlemen, if you have the same threats, ignore it. If they delete your fan base page, if you have one, or your regular page, if you have one, then so be it. You could always go back and open up another one, which I know is a pain to do that. But some people do that. All right. Which is what I'm going to do. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but in case they do it, I will open up another page. It's going to take a little time, but in the meantime, I want you to get acquainted. That's why I ask you to get acquainted with my YouTube channel. Because if push comes to shove, if something happens in that department where I can't get back on Facebook, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make YouTube the go-to channel. All right? And that's going to be the go-to channel. So I want you to get familiar with that. Just in case anything happens on Facebook, then we'll go to YouTube. That's going to be the go-to channel. And then we'll take it from there. So these threats come in. They may be legitimate. They may not be legitimate. I'm betting it's not legitimate. Thank you, Mary. I hope it doesn't happen either. I'm kind of betting that it's not legitimate. Because, as I said, they tried it with my fan base page, and it's still there. They tried it with my music beat page. It's still there. They tried it with the Frank Allen production page. It's still there. So don't bother me anymore after this, guys, whoever you are. All right. So I'm not going to, and if it is from Facebook, then I'm not going to answer you. I'm just going to wait till you just delete me. But until that time, in the meantime, sit on it and rotate. Okay? There you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being along. Hello, all of you guys out in Facebook, you know, if it didn't get dark, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, that's where we all are. Okay? And thank you guys for being along. If you guys have anything to talk about in particular about that issue I just talked to you about, remember, even on your cell phones, you get any links or anything that people say, well, you know, you just won $5,000 in cash. Click onto the link and claim your prize. Don't do it. Because $5,000 in cash, you don't win that easily. You got to be part of something to win $5,000 in cash. Like, let's say, for instance, if you play the lottery, which is, of course, legal and legitimate, you know, someone said, okay, you just won $5,000. You turn on the TV and they pop up the little balls, go into the machine, and they read off the numbers, and you read up numbers, and your number happened to match, you just won. But if anyone sends you a link, even if on your Facebook page or your telephone or whatever it is, don't open it. Don't open it. And on your telephones, delete them. You know, but then they find a way to find new numbers and they get you again and again. And I get all kinds of things like that. So don't worry about it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here on the coffee hour. We're going to be here for the remaining of the hour. We don't have too much longer to go on the show, but with what we got, we're going to continue. The iHeart Music Awards are almost here. You know, LL Cool J is returning to host the awards show. He previously hosted and performed at the 2022 awards show, singing fans' favorites such as Rampage and the Booming System. Will open up the ceremony. The iHeart Music Awards celebration of musics and songs that are most played on radio stations throughout the past year. The awards show also gives fans the glimpse that what to expect on most popular musics will be in 2025. And this year's performances will include Billie Eilish, Bad Bunny, Glorilla, and of course, Gracie Abrams, and many, many more. The iHeart Music Awards will be broadcast on Fox this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You know that song, Moni Moni by Tommy James? Well, Tommy James abruptly ended his concert in Vegas last Friday after suffering from exhaustion. James was performing at the Golden Nugget Casino when he was reported to have stopped the performance about an hour into the show. A representative of James told Fox News Digital he stopped the show due to exhaustion. James is scheduled to appear at another show this weekend or next weekend at the Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. We got to get a new top. Grammy Award winning Gladys Knight fell sick shortly before her performance in Jacksonville, Florida, forcing the singer to cancel her show at the last minute. Florida President Numa Cisna announced the cancellation on Saturday in a statement shared by News 4 Jax. Now, people can either keep their tickets for a potential reschedule for a performance or get a full refund from the theater. And let's see, what do we have here? We have, All Elite Wrestling fans know her as the high maintenance and low saturation champion, Timeless Toni Storm. Moviegoers will meet at her Clara Morganson and Ash Avildsen, and let's see, the name is Mildred Burt. That's her biopic, and it's called Queen of the Ring, and it's in theaters right now. As both lifetime wrestling fan and activist and active in the participation of the sport, Storm says she has been honored to embody an early women's wrestling pioneer like Morganson. And she says, it was surreal for me, very surreal. Clara, she said, was a real person who once upon a time and felt like she was uncanny and had uncanny resemblance as well. And she also said, I had no idea I looked this good in yellow. And that's in the movie theaters now. And here's something for you, an adult-only drama. You probably heard about this. It's about an exotic dancer entanglement with a rich family and as many secrets. Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. It's a dark, violent, and scandalous with storylines involving or revolving around murder, blackmail, and human trafficking. The Netflix series that stars Taylor Polydor Williams as Kimmy, a struggling dancer who appears for a scholarship, or she applies for a scholarship as a well-regarded cosmetologist school owned by the Belairs, a powerful family that's up to more than just hair care. Beauty in Black season 1 finale most certainly leaves the door open for more drama, but will it open for another season? So you just watch it and judge for yourself. Birthdays today. Radio disc jockey and actor Rick Dees is 75 years old today. Actor Billy Crystal is 77. The late Shirley Scott, jazz musician, would have been 81. Quincy Jones, the late Quincy Jones, would have been 92. Actor Michael Caine is 92. Jazz singer, the late Mark Murphy, would have been 93. Singer Phil Phillips, The Sea of Love, would have been 99. Orchestra leader Les Baxter would have been 103, and band leader Les Brown would have been 113 years old. So happy birthday to all of those people who are alive and still with us, and the ones who are not with us, we wish you a happy birthday anyway, because we still remember you and we still salute you and remember you on your day. And if you have a birthday coming up by any means, please let us know. All right? And I need a new tongue. It's not working today. Please let us know that your birthday is coming up, and you can do it yourself, all right, by coming on the show and just announcing it yourself. But if you would like us to do it, we would be more than glad and more than happy to do it for you. All you have to do is just contact us, and I'll give you my information. First, I'll give you the email address. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Allan is spelled Allan. That's very important. Prod is PROD. That's short for productions. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Now, the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Okay. And when you get in contact with us, it's not just your birthday. It could be anything at all. Maybe you have some kind of event you want to promote or want us to shoot out there to the public. Or maybe perhaps there's something about the show that you want to implement or you want us to implement in the show, or maybe there's a guest that you want us to interview on the show. We don't normally do interviews except occasionally, and those interviews are no more than 10 minutes, okay? But we will oblige you if you like, okay? Somebody said, get Patti LaBelle on here? I don't know. I don't even know if Patti LaBelle has a time. I don't know. I called Patti LaBelle one time, And well, not her personally, but I called her publicist. And she says, well, Patti LaBelle is not going to be around. I said, I didn't even ask the question yet. I called. I said, is Patti LaBelle? Yeah, well, Patti LaBelle is not available right now. I didn't even ask you the question. You didn't hear what I said. All right, so that's how show business is, ladies and gentlemen. That's a taste of show business. If I had asked Patti LaBelle personally, she would do it. She would do it. But she got people that, and I understand that she got people that she has that takes care of that. And so there you go. But we'll try. We'll try. Anyway, so anyway, anything that you want to talk about on the show, anything like that, or if you want to come on the show, I don't know. Do you want to come on the show? Try me. We'll see. Anyway, let me give you the email address again. It's frankallenpride@aol.com. That's frankallenpride@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, right? Extension 467-134. Trying to do rhythmic. Okay. Last night on the show, I don't know if you guys tuned in to Talkback Live. I wish you would. I tell people about you on Talkback Live, and I tell you about the people on Talkback Live. I would like you to mingle with the people on Talkback Live. Coffee Hour and Talkback Live. All of you come to one and then come to the other. We would love that. Anyway, I talked about on the show, and it's important. I'm just going to linger just a little bit on it because I have to get to the movies. I talked about on the show about the government possibly closing. And so we, with very little time, tonight, midnight. So that means that we have a little more than 13 hours before the clock strikes 12 on midnight. And unless something happens, a miracle happens, the government is going to shut down. Now, the last time I looked back, the Republicans are saying, well, you know something? We got all the votes. Now we're going to leave it in the hands of the Democrats. And if they vote no, then we're going to pin it on them. They're going to own it. And it'll be their fault that they shut down. All right. Now, so far, most of the Democrats are saying no to the bill because they're saying we do not want to play the game with the Republicans. We're not going to do that because look what the Republicans are doing now. Well, I don't want to say Republicans. I hate to say blame it on the Republican, but I'm just saying I'll blame it on the administration who, as you already know, are trying to cut a lot of things. And pretty soon they're talking about cutting your Social Security and cutting your Medicaid and your Medicare and all kinds of things that are needed that people depend upon. But anyway, the government shutdown is to take place tonight at midnight. Keep your fingers crossed. We've got through it before. Let's see what happens. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if the government shuts down, there's going to be a big problem. Offices are going to be shut down. You won't be able to go to any government office for anything, for any reason. If you're flying, you want to think about that because the air traffic controllers are not going to be working. They are under the auspices of the government. It's a government job. And on top of all of that, most of those positions were cut anyway. So people are talking about traveling. They're afraid to fly now because there's no air traffic controllers. And we don't know how long this is going to be. I hope it's over because I want to do some more traveling. Right now, I'm not feeling the flying right now. All right. And a lot of people are not. Airports are closed. Airports are crowded. Flights are canceled. Flights are delayed. Republicans, are you happy? Are you happy your boy won? Or did you feel anything yet? Because if you didn't feel anything, you're going to feel it now. The price of eggs are going up. Potato chips, Warren, are probably like $4 a bag now. The larger bags, which used to be larger. And most of the potato chips are air. You have more air in the bag than you have potato chips. So all of those things are going up. Are you happy? I hope you're not, because I'm damn sure not. Okay, I got the movies for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start right from 1961. It's A Raisin in the Sun with Sidney Poitier, Claudia McNeil, and Ruby Dee. That's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. A great time to watch it. You have your chips and dips, your sodas, your beer, whatever that that you indulge in, and you can do that. And so that's coming along. That's Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And here's another movie. It's a colorful movie. It's a bittersweet movie. It goes back to 1980, starring Donald Sutherland, Mary Tyler Moore, and Timothy Hutton. And it's called Ordinary People. And it's a good movie, but take out the Kleenex, all right? And that's on Sunday. That's at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. And you'll like it. Both movies you'll like, Raisin in the Sun and Ordinary People. Now, here's something that I want to suggest to all of you who are watching right now. And you can do this anytime you want. It's a Netflix. It's a documentary that I highly suggest that you watch. Do you remember when they did USA for Africa and all of the musical cast there, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, and Quincy Jones, who was conducting everything, We Are the World, We Are the People, all of those things. Well, there's a documentary called The Greatest Night in Pop, and they're going to give you all of it. You're going to go behind the scenes of all of that. It's going to take you, it's close to 2 hours. Not quite, but close to it. And it's the making of USA for Africa. And it all started out when Lionel Richie emceed the American Music Awards that year. Back in I think, what year was that? Was it 1970? Anyway, check it out. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. The Greatest Night in Pop. Okay? And you can check it out, the making of for USA for Africa. And it's a great documentary right there on Netflix. So check it out. Okay? And when you go to Turner Classic Movies, go down and scroll down the list, you could see that there's a lot of movies that are there that you may watch that I didn't mention, but you might want to put them on your bucket list. And if you don't get a chance to watch these movies in real time, you can DVR them and watch them at your own time convenience, right? Also, there's a lot of great on-demand movies that are free. You have the pay-per-view movies. You have a lot of children's programming and documentaries and dramas and all network shows. If you miss some, sporting events, all of those things, you can go back and watch them if you miss them in real time, and sometimes without commercial interruption. All right. So let me quickly give you these movies once again. Raisin in the Sun, Sidney Poitier, Claudia McNeil, and Ruby Dee. That's Turner Classic Movies at 2 p.m. Eastern. Ordinary People with Donald Sutherland, Mary Tyler Moore, and Timothy Hutton. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 10:15 p.m. And again, it's the Netflix movie or the documentary called The Greatest Night in Pop. And that's a look behind the scenes on how they were making USA for Africa, We Are the World, We Are the Children. Okay? That's something to watch. I think you're going to like it. And put a note on my desk on Monday letting me know that you did like it, okay? Okay? Well, my weekend is officially on the way, guys. It's officially on the way, and I must leave you now. All right? I had a good time, but I must leave you now. And with that being said, I want you to meet me back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp is going to be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And looking forward to seeing you then. And then meet us back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour. I want to say hello to all of you guys for watching. So I gave you all the movies, Mary. I think you heard that. And so, thank you, Warren. Thank you, Mary, Brian, for sports, and all of you. Meet me back here, okay? And in the meantime, have yourself a great day and a great weekend. And happy I'm gone. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host, Frank Allen. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.